there's been a huge rise in this QuashBadSquash situation right now, dissecting videos. Obviously, there's been a huge attention around Asal, but there's also been like other players that the account's been calling out, and I guess to the extent that you want to describe what you can, I'm just curious to get your player's perspective in all this, because obviously the people are not actually professional players. It's always like other people is being very critical about it who aren't maybe actually on court with him or on court with the other players who might be doing these movements that you agree or disagree with. So I'm just curious to get your anything you can give in this.
Well, honestly, the most interesting thing for me is to find out who is making these videos, you know. And it's funny, I actually spoke to Mustafa about it. I said, who do you think it is? Look, I mean, I think, look, the videos are good. They're quite accurate. I mean, the videos, they called out not just Mustafa, they did a video for other players as well. And for every player, they were pretty accurate. And look, I personally, as a player, I have absolutely no problem with it. I just think if somebody needs to do better, it's the referees, okay? If a player is trying to find a sneaky way to win a match, then who needs to get better, who needs to do a better job is always the referee. You know, you can always criticize Mustafa, you can always criticize any player for whatever they're doing, but if I was playing, like, let's say, if I'm playing Mustafa and this happens with me, I'm not gonna be going crazy again with Mustafa. I'll be going crazy with the referee. You know, I'll be going crazy why the referee is not seeing something. You know, at the end of the day, Mustafa's so clear in what he wants to do. He wants to win, and he's gonna do whatever it takes to win. Okay, and that's fine for me. If I'm going against him, knowing that he will do that, is fine. But then, who's gonna stop any player from doing anything wrong? Is the referee. That's it. That's my point of view about it. And I think, you know, I feel like that we're always talking about. We need to be talking about that referees needs to do better. That's my point of view, you know, because it's look, Jonah maybe would be so frustrated after losing to Mustafa at the British Open, for example, you know, because the referee didn't see a couple of things that could have that Jonah would have had a match point, for example, you know. So it's a situation that it's been there for a few seasons now, and definitely the referees haven't been able to sort it. That's it. But yeah, I mean that's really my point of view at this, really, and it's always been my point of view. You know, it's tough to be on the court. It's a lot of emotions. It's just a lot of emotions, you know, on court. You know, sometimes you know, I've done things in the past. You know, I've seen other players doing worse things in the past. I've seen players who are, you know, fair, you know, doing things as well, you know. So I've seen all players. I've seen it all. Trust me, you know. So no. I wouldn't say no one's fair, but you know, we you know, But everyone is trying to win. Everyone's trying to win in a very small space, and it's tough. But honestly, it's a puzzle, you know. It's a good puzzle.
Yeah, I mean, it's blowing up. Everyone's talking about it more. Hopefully that'll transition to the referees being more correctly calling out certain movements and such.